how does we subtract when it's in a column form? Check this. Now, I can't just add. I can't say 4a squared minus a squared because I need to subtract. What it actually means, what it means here is the following. It means that I have 4a squared minus negative a squared. And I can bring in my multiplication to say 4a squared, a negative times a negative is a positive a squared, and that will give me an answer of 5a squared. The same with the next one. Negative 13ab, and I subtract positive 5ab. That doesn't look like a 5a. My mistake. 5ab. That would give me negative 13ab, and negative times a positive is a negative 5ab, and I have negative 13ab minus 5ab is minus 18ab. And it will take up a lot of time doing it this way. So there's a shortcut. Let's have a look at the shortcut. So instead of subtracting, I can change the sign and I can add. I'm repeating myself. Instead of subtracting, I can change the sign and I can add. But please, children, remember, don't change the sign with your pen. Because if you made a mistake when you wrote down the question, you will have 0. So change the signs with a different color pen or with a pencil. So instead of subtracting, I can add the opposite sign. I change the signs and I add. I'm just going to leave the answer here so that we can check if our answers are correct. Right. 4a squared plus a squared. 4 plus 1 will give me 5a squared. Exactly the same. Negative 13ab minus 5ab is minus 18ab. Exactly the same. And now I have 17 minus 13, which will give me positive 4. And this is much easier than what I have done here, isn't it? Much easier. So what's the rule? The rule is only when I subtract. Remember, it doesn't mean when I'm doing anything else, it doesn't mean that I change the signs. I only change the signs when I subtract. So which one do I change? The top one or the bottom one? No, those that I am subtracting. So the bottom ones, it becomes from a positive, it becomes a negative, negative 5ab and positive 6ab squared. And that changes, do it with a pencil or the other colored pen. And now I can add 5a squared minus 9a squared gives me negative 4a squared. And negative 3ab minus 5ab is negative 8ab, not positive, but negative. And then 0 plus 6b squared is 6b squared. All right.